I am an undocumented immigrant from Mexico, and I got pulled over, and they found a little bit of cocaine on me. So now I'm worried that I could be deported.
I want you to know that I am not a lawyer.
Okay, yeah.
I just thought I would throw that out there that I'm not a lawyer. So have you done Can I Get Deported for Drug Possession Reddit as a Google search?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey,
What's your name, dog?
I'm Joey.
Joey. Joey, what's going on, man? What do you want to talk about today?
Man, what isn't going on? So I have a pretty serious issue. So about 2 weeks ago, I was going to a vacation, right, to Portland. And on the way up to Portland from the Bay Area, California, I got pulled over for going 80 on a 70. And cop pulled me over. He said I looked nervous. He wanted to search my car. I didn't let him search my car. And he brought a canine unit, so they searched my car anyways. And they found a little bit of cocaine on me. Actually, it's not all they found. I had mushrooms. I had MDMA. I had LSD. I had ketamine, and I had some cocaine. And I thought I was going to go to jail, but they actually let me go.
So what's the problem?
So the problem is now I have to go to court. I have to go to court, and I have to figure out how I'm going to tell my parents that I got a possession of cocaine charge on my record.
Okay. See, when you said they didn't take you to jail, I thought I'm stupid. I thought you meant they were just like, oh, yeah, no worries.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they like left.
Yeah, they didn't take me to jail in that moment, but going to jail is still definitely a possibility. But that's not even that's only half the problem. So I am an undocumented immigrant from Mexico. So now I'm worried that I could be deported. And I don't know shit about Mexico. I've been here my entire life. I came to the U.S. when I was 1 year old.
Oh, really? Okay, so you weren't born here, but you came here as a little baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. And really, and even after being here for 24 years, they can still deport you?
I guess so.
Well, all right. Listen, here's the thing. And I'm just going to, before we devolve any further into this conversation, which is a conversation I'm happy to have with you, I want you to know that I am not a lawyer.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if you caught on to that. I don't know if you were calling
slightly.
me in. I don't know if you were calling me in lieu of legal advice, but I just thought I would throw that out there that I'm not a lawyer. So this conversation is going to be mainly two dumbasses, figuring it out, right?
Yeah.
So, have you consulted with a lawyer?
Well, I've been asking around I've sent a couple emails. I haven't got any responses. I've talked to my sister about how I'm gonna tell my parents that I got, pulled over and got a cocaine charge.
And when you, I mean, I assume you've have you done Can I Get Deported for Drug Possession Reddit as a Google search and seen what people say? I mean, people on Reddit aren't lawyers either, but okay, what did it say?
Yeah. Well, I guess my case is very unique because I didn't find shit.
Why is your case unique?
Well, it might not be unique, but it's just I looked on the internet and I didn't really find anything useful. I guess the only thing that I really found was like, oh yeah, you can definitely be deported.
Have you ever spoken with a immigration lawyer? Well, I'm curious. So, you're not a citizen of the United States?
No, I'm undocumented. Actually, that's being undocumented has really fucked me up a lot in life. But I'm getting by. I've done a lot of cool shit. Like I started my own company.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it's real stressful. Real stressful.
So, like, what's the process, right? Because look, man, I mean, you've been here since you were 1 year old. You've got the voice of a John Smith. How come you can't? How come you can't become a fucking citizen after 24 years?
You know what? I think it's just current politics. That's, this whole immigration reform stuff is a super gray area where nothing that should move with baby steps.
I mean, have you tried? Have you? So, okay, with all this stuff, before calling me, have you called a immigration lawyer or I guess any type of lawyer?
So my parents were handling all of that. So, years back, my dad was assaulted by a crackhead, and so he qualifies for a U visa, and he can sponsor his whole family for a U visa. So I've been in that process for years now. I don't know what the status of that is, but
I'm confused. How is your dad getting assaulted? So if you're assaulted by a crackhead, you can just get a visa?
Apparently, yeah. It's called a U visa.
How's that work?
I have no idea. My parents are the ones handling all of that. And unfortunately, I never bothered to ask.
Just two non-lawyer dumbasses figuring it out. That's what I said it would be, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, all right, man. I mean, like, okay, so all right. So listen, it sounds to me like your parents have been the ones figuring all this shit out and talking to lawyers and doing the paperwork and this and that and the other thing. But listen, man, you're 25 years old. I mean, you can't call up a lawyer.
I could, but I haven't because I guess I'm just irresponsible.
Yeah, dude. What? I mean, call a lawyer. Call a lawyer. I almost don't want to keep. I'm happy to keep talking to you because you seem like a cool guy, but I almost don't want to keep. That's my. If you wanted stone cold advice, that's my stone cold advice is to call a lawyer.
Yeah.
Call a lawyer.
Well, yeah, that's probably what I should do.
I have no idea why you haven't yet.
I mean, I emailed a lawyer. I've just been busy. You
busy doing what? How is
like,
this not? How is what? Okay, tell me the things. Tell me everything that's on the higher that's higher on your priority list than not getting deported.
Okay. Well, I mean, nothing, but yeah, I know you talk about how your bar for crazy lives is pretty high, but I do think I live a pretty crazy life.
Is that related to you not calling a lawyer? Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just busy. So I'm a DJ producer and I run.
I'm sorry. I don't want to keep interrupting you, but
no, it's okay. Okay.
All right, go ahead. You finish. You finish.
I promote. I promote a lot of the raves that happen in the Bay Area. Some of the venues, if you're from the Bay Area, and the rave venues for like bass music, dubstep, or whatever, I either throw them or know the people that throw them and promote them. And Yeah, that's
All
just
right,
a lot
Joey,
for me
Joey,
to do.
Joey,
And then on top of that is going to work.
Joey,
Yeah.
Joey. Take a little break from mixing and call a fucking lawyer.
I should call a lawyer.
You should call a lawyer, dude. What are you doing?
I am going to lunch. Or was going to lunch.
Joey, I say I want to help you, but I literally cannot. I have no skills to do stuff. But
okay, how about this?
This sounds like a higher. Look, all the rave stuff, it sounds cool, but this sounds like a significantly higher priority than your raves.
Yeah. How about this? How do you think I should How do you think I should tell my diehard Catholic parents that I'm getting this cocaine shot?
Make it a hidden message in one of your songs and play it for them.
Oh man!
Invite them to one of your raves, and then as part of like on the projector, you can put your subpoena on there.
That sounds horrible.
Also, by the way, here's my friend. Look, you're 25 years old. I mean, you can't. Your parents don't have to be a part of this if you don't even want them to.
Well, I live with them, and they don't charge me for rent.
How do you afford all this cocaine?
I have a pretty good job. I fix cars, like a auto body technician, and they don't pay me enough, but I do make a decent amount. Yeah.
Joey,
I only started doing drugs this past year.
Well, so if you get deported to Mexico, what are you gonna do?
Well, I try to be stoic about it.
Yeah.
Right? But it's a lot to I've built my entire life here, and I have things going on here. So if I get deported, then I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
But
I have. It does sound like I should call a lawyer. Actually,
do you speak Spanish? I assume you speak Spanish?
A little bit. It's broken, but
shit.
I do speak it.
Okay. You could have. Listen, here's the thing. I don't think you're good. I want to reassure you and say I don't think you're going to get deported, but I don't want to lie to you. I have no idea. That's why you should call a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's what I do. I'm not going to say you're not going to get deported, but here's what I do think, Joey, is and I think part of stoicism is rolling with whatever the fuck happens, because life is crazy and sometimes things don't always go your way. So look, if you do get deported to Mexico, why don't you just become a famous Mexican DJ? Why don't you do underground Mexican raves? That sounds cool. That sounds fun. That's not the worst thing that could ever happen to anyone.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, does Mexico have a good bass music scene?
Well, you should call a lawyer so that you never have to figure out the answer to that question.
Yeah, I should call a lawyer.
I think you'll be fine whatever happens to you. You seem like a nice guy.
Yeah, I try to be.
You sound tall.
I'm not that tall.
Joey, okay, before I let you go, is there any, I feel like the answer is no, but is there any other way that I could help you with this?
I'm thinking about it, Not really. I think I gotta call a lawyer.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh man. Well, This is gonna be the fucking. It's gonna be a fucking issue. But I'll get through it.
You'll get through it. You'll get through it. I think you'll get through it. Yeah, I think you'll get through it. Although it would be sick to like it would be sick to like be at a Mexican. I was at a Mexican pizza place the other day, and I was just there was like a TV on, and it was like the news in Mexico, and I was just watching. I know like 2 words of Spanish, and so I didn't know what was going on. And it would be cool to one day go back to that pizza place, and I just see you on the news, jamming out, whatever that means.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, isn't never mind. Stupid thought.
Joey, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
People at the computer. It's gonna be okay. And if you're in the Bay Area, go to base raves. And
if you're in the, I'm gonna stomp over you, and I'm gonna say, if you're in the Bay Area and you're an immigration or criminal lawyer, give this man a call.
Oh yes, please.
Thank you for calling, Joey. Have a good one. Good luck.
You too. Goodbye.
Hey folks, it's Lyle. I'm here to tell you that tickets for my Therapy Gecko live show are available right now at therapygeckotour.com in several cities across the United States. Or you can find them at the link in the episode description. Also, if you don't see your city on the list of cities, please still click the link and RSVP with your phone number so I can contact you when tickets go on sale for your city, because I'm going to announce a bunch more dates very soon. If you've never been to one of my live shows before, they are extremely fun, unpredictable, wild evenings that involve a mix of group Gecko therapy sessions as well as some material and presentations from myself. And if you've been to the show before, I have new presentations and will, of course, be interviewing new people. If you're a fan of the podcast, you're going to have a great time at the live show, so I hope to see you guys there. Go to therapygeckotour.com or check the link in the episode description for a full list of cities where tickets are available. Geck bless. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, who is this?
I'm Sarah. Hey.
Sarah. Hi, Sarah. What's up?
I was just gaming and then you started streaming, so I'm just pausing my game, shaking at being called by you. I don't know.
Sarah, what's going on?
Yes.
How's life? How can I get you today? I see that you are calling from Germany.
I am. Yes. Life is kind of crazy right now. I don't know. Depends on what you're interested in, I guess.
Well, I will let you have the floor as to explaining why life is crazy.
Well, okay, so just for the viewers, I am 24. Just as context, I guess, my 50-year-old mom has cancer, so that's going on in my life currently. Besides that, I'm writing my bachelor's thesis and struggling in life like everyone, I guess.
Now, you mentioned in your text that one of the things you wanted to talk about is that you have a beard.
I grow more facial hair than a normal cis woman does, I guess. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Was there any thing in particular about that you wanted to talk about?
I did want to talk about that, yes, because it is triggered by chronic illness that makes me very sad on a daily basis.
I don't know why, but I feel like everyone in Germany is got to be miserable.
Why would you say that? Weren't you in Germany last year?
I was. Well, I mean, you guys tried really hard to, kill everyone, and you failed, and you gotta live with that L. And you know what's crazy? That wasn't even 100 years ago. There's still people alive from when you guys did that. And
the worst thing about that is that I guess people like that with that mindset are returning, and it's not good. But I will not get political like that right now.
are there Nazis in Germany still?
Oh yes, and not to alarm anyone out there in the world, but like the right-wing party we have is gaining a lot of votes right now, and it's very scary.
Interesting. Well, I guess it's never. I guess you can feel confident in the fact that it's peaked.
I hope that's the truth, lad. I really do hope that's the truth.
It seems like it's peaked. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to do all that stuff again. I think you guys
really
peaked.
do hope so.
Germany peaked. It's all
Germany peaked.
Germany peaked. Unfortunately, that's the thing. Is that's why everyone's sad there. Is because this is a bunch of people walking around who peaked. It's like people who were popular in high school and now are just losers. No offense.
I'll have to ask everyone in my life now if they think Germany has peaked.
Mm-hmm. Well, what else? You guys got currywurst. That's awesome. That's great.
Did you have some when you were in Berlin last year?
I was like, when I had it, I was like, this is so good. I almost wish that Germany won World War II so that they sold it everywhere.
That would I would be happy for the rest of the world if they also had currywurst, as we call it, without an accent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so you're in Germany. You're a person. You're alive on Earth. What game were you playing when I interrupted you with my phone call?
I was playing Life is Strange 2.
Okay, I've heard of that one. Is it any good?
I've actually played it before. This is a replay. I'm just on the first episode, but so far I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I guess.
Well, all right. I mean, I guess I'll say this, Sarah. Is there what would you like from this phone call? I'll ask you that question.
I would like to, I don't know, put myself out there, my troubles, and maybe finally feel like I can be understood, because every time I've tried, I feel like I failed, and maybe since you have a bigger audience, there will be somebody that can understand me and my struggles a little bit.
Sure. Well, go. I'll let you have the floor.
Okay, I guess I'll just talk about what I texted you about, Lyle, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay, so, I am a cis woman. I do identify as a cis woman, more or less. But I have a chronic illness that messes with my hormones, and that means that every morning I have to, shave off my beard, and genuinely I have more facial hair growth than a woman would have, and it's really depressing. There's no day that I don't look in the mirror where I'm like, do people notice this, and do people think less of me because they don't see me maybe fully as a woman? And it's just very hard to deal with this every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just continue, or do we have something to say to this?
You can continue.
Okay, so I do try to, I guess, cover the shadow this facial hair shows on my face with makeup, but I still feel like it can't cover up, especially like my emotions that I have inside, that I feel like maybe this chronic illness will be the cause of me never being fully happy. Because when I think of maybe being in a relationship in my future, I'm like, from movies, this wonderful scene where you wake up in the morning and it's sunny outside and you just wake up with your partner and you're happy and everything's good. And I feel like I'll never have that, because the first thing I will do in the morning when I wake up, maybe next to a future partner, will be worrying about what I look like, if my facial hair is grown out too much, and if I just don't look lovable.
So you're growing out a full beard. Like, how big of a beard are we talking?
It's not like a full beard. It's my upper lip and my chin area is like, when I wake up in the morning, it's like proper stubble. Like, you can see it; it's visible. My
really,
cheeks,
and it grows, grows. Even if you shave it off, it grows immediately every morning.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say, for example, if I shave in the morning at like 5 a.m. for whatever reason, I'm up at 5. Like in the evening at 8 p.m., I'd say you can already like feel stubble growing out on like on my chin. Yeah.
Really? Now, is this something? Now, when you speak to the doctors, what do they tell you about how you can deal with this?
Well, the problem is, since this is caused by hormones, I can try and do like I guess would it be called laser therapy on my facial hair, but the thing is, there's no certainty that it will help.
Isn't there like and you should talk to a doctor and not a gecko about this, but isn't there like can you like take pills and shit to kind of regulate your hormones better?
The thing is, I could take like contraception, birth control, but I also have like really bad migraines, which means I can't take birth control with like estrogen, because that increases my risk of like having a stroke. And I know I should talk more to my doctor about this, but I also am really bad with going to a doctor and having to deal with this, because it's already on my mind every single day, and I just can't deal with that increased pressure.
But I don't. Okay, that doesn't make sense to me. So why? But going to a doctor and dealing with it will help you with the issue, so that it's not on your mind every single day. Like, why are you avoiding going to the doctor?
I guess it's just a problem I kind of have in general, not doing what I'm supposed to, like not emailing my uni professor when I really should, and then putting it off for months and then just worrying. And that's a problem I have in general. But I don't know, it's just having to deal with this, having to explain it to somebody who maybe doesn't really get my struggles, and I don't know, it's kind of hard.
God, Sarah, I wish I had something better to tell you than to just go see a doctor. I really do.
It's okay.
But I don't. I really don't. I think you should go see a doctor or a professional. Because here's the thing: if I were like a guy who went to medical school and knew things about science, I could, like, I'm so useless to you right now. I really am. You should go talk to a doctor about these things.
Okay, 2 things. 1, yes, you're so right. I should go talk to a doctor, and I will again, hopefully in the future and very soon. And 2, I wouldn't say that you're like useless in this situation, because I didn't come here for medical advice. I came here to have some fun talking to a gecko and maybe have you tell me that even though I struggle, that there's reasons to be happy or something.
All right, reasons to be happy. Let's think about that. Reasons to be happy.
I already have one right now, actually, not to be cheesy, but
go ahead, please.
I have been listening to you like at work, and my work is terribly mundane. A lot, like for the past year or even a bit more, and it always cheers me up, and it's very nice to be able to talk to you right now.
That makes me happy. That's a reason for me to be happy. Reasons to be happy. I don't know about reasons to be happy. I'm trying to figure out those for myself. I've Googled. This is a pathetic thing to admit, but whatever. I've Googled recently. This is not like a thing I did when I was like in high school. This is like several times over the past year. I've just Googled how to be happy. I'm like, what are the basics? What do the doctors recommend? Like, you go on Healthline, and it's like, you go in the sun, have friends, and don't eat like shit. That's what it says. So,
yeah.
to quote Google, have friends, go in the sun, and don't eat like shit. Don't eat all those currywursts.
But the thing is, isn't eating like shit the most enjoyable thing to do?
Sure is.
That thing?
Yeah, dude. That's why life fucking sucks. You called in wanting me to like be motivating, but I mean, yeah, life is crazy. It's crazy. There's all this delicious food, and if you eat it, you die. And you fall in love with people, and they try to kill you, and you get drafted into wars. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. It's crazy.
So, are you saying that maybe I should embrace the fact that life fucking sucks and just be happy then when it actually doesn't?
Is that a conclusion that you're coming to on your own as we're having this conversation right now?
Maybe a little bit, yeah, because
okay.
I mean, I don't think it's good to be pessimistic all the time.
No, I don't
definitely
think so
am
either.
a bit too pessimistic, but maybe it helps a bit to appreciate when life doesn't suck, and to appreciate like being happy or having like small happy moments.
See, here's the thing, Sarah, is I actually don't think what you needed was somebody to be optimistic. I actually think if you're pessimistic, what you need is to talk to somebody who's even more pessimistic, so that way you can go, ugh, I don't want to sound like that fucking guy. You know what I mean? And then then you come to these conclusions on your own, which you did, because you said you said to me, are you saying that I should be accept that life sucks and to be happy anyway? But I don't want to take that. You that's a conclusion you came to on your own,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you do got to throw your fucking hands up and be like, all right, well, I can't control whatever cards were levied upon me in this universe, but I can control how I deal with it. And I think I don't know. I wish I had a better thing for you other than telling you to go to a doctor, but that's you should totally go. I assume you've been to a doctor to talk about this before, at least once.
Oh, multiple times, multiple doctors in my life, not just for this issue. But yes, I have. I just haven't, like, in the last year about this anymore.
What made you stop in the first place?
Probably the fact that, well, if I go to a doctor about this, a lot of the time, since it's a gynecologist, it also combines with having to, spread my legs open for the doctor, and it's not the most pleasant thing ever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry to be so, I guess, crass about it, but it's just the truth.
Well, if a gecko telling you to go to the doctor is helpful in any way, shape, or form, I will tell you to go to the doctor because he or she is the one who's gonna. Germany's progressive. They have all kinds of doctors.
Yeah, that's true.
If the doctor tells you to do stuff, I don't want to patronize you by explaining what doctors do, but
no.
You should go to the doctor, Sarah.
Okay, well, that's great motivation for me actually to hear from you. Maybe it will actually motivate me to call in and get an appointment soon.
Is there anything else that you wanted to say or talk about before we go?
I listened to one of your podcast episodes recently, and you asked somebody at the end if they want to, I don't know, was it give a shout out to a band or something?
Oh, yeah, sure. You can give a shout out to a band. You got a band?
Oh my god.
Band us.
It's not my band, it's just a band I like to listen to.
Hit us. What is it?
Okay, so the band is from the UK. It's called Boston Manor. I think they're releasing a new album soon, so give that a try and support them. I love them a lot.
Boston Manor. Everyone check out Boston Manor from the UK.
Yes.
Thank you, Sarah. Good luck and enjoy playing your game and eating food and living life.
Thank you. You enjoy eating food too, Lyle, and thank you very much.
Bye, Sarah.
Bye.
Hello?
Hi, what's up?
Is this the Geck?
Yes, sir. Who is this?
I'm fucking shaking. Oh my god.
What's your name, cowboy?
Should I use my real name?
No, don't. All right. You know what? I'm gonna stop. You know what I'm gonna do, because I do this thing where I forget everybody's name. I'm just gonna give people names because I don't. Nobody should be using their real name on this fucking thing anyway. So I'm not gonna ask anyone what their name is anymore. I'm just gonna give you a name. Okay. All right. Your name is Jonathan. That's stupid. No, your name is Jonathan, but I'm gonna call you John for short. John, what's up? How's life?
Life is complicated. Wow, I cannot believe I got a call from you.
Life is complicated. Well, John, why is life complicated? Besides the obvious reasons.
Well, what do you think the obvious reasons are?
What are the obvious reasons as to why life is complicated? Well, I guess the goal of life, there's all sorts of different goals of life, but happiness, I think, is the one that people want the most, and happiness is a fickle and complex thing. But I don't want to wax poetic about bullshit. I want to hear why your life in particular feels complicated.
I would say there's a lot going on in my life right now.
You texted me and you said, my name is, I'm not gonna say your name. You said, I'm
John.
20 years old and I think I have a sex addiction.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know if sex addiction is the right way to put it. I think it's a lack of sort of, how would I put it? It's a lack of directed emotional connection.
A lack of directed emotional connection. Tell me more.
I think that
what that means to you.
That I use sort of sexual relationships to make up for.
Okay.
Yeah.
In In what way? Like, are you having sex with a lot of different people to make up for having like an emotional connection with any of them?
I think it's sort of like I don't see myself having an emotional connection with any of them, but I continue to have sexual relationships with them because it sort of fills a small part of that gap of what I'm hoping for, searching for.
What are you hoping for and searching for? What am I hoping for and searching for? Do you desire a direct emotional connection?
I would say I do, but I don't. I haven't found someone that I feel I would want that with yet, or the people that I have felt like I wanted that with. Hasn't been a reciprocation.
Tell me about the type of person that you would want to have a direct emotional connection with.
I think it's someone that I just like. There has to be a vibe. I don't know any better way to put it. It has to be. There has to be an easiness to it.
Well, so you can say. Well, so here's the thing: you can say vibe, but if you really think about it, this vibe, if you thought about it, you could put it into words, right? Like, do you desire to be with somebody who you feel comfortable in silence around? Somebody who could, whose lifestyle could easily integrate into yours? Somebody who you feel like is on the same intellectual level as you? Somebody who you're deeply physically attracted to? Somebody who you feel like has the same sense of humor? Like these, what you call a vibe can be described in different ways, and I'm curious, when you think about this vibe, what ways you come up with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's sort of. I think when I'm looking for a romantic relationship, it's someone that it's that same sort of connection that I have with someone that's just a friend to me.
Yeah,
but like a
totally.
very good friend where I connect with them on a comedic level, and like I can have deep conversations with them, and there's that comfortableness in silence, but also the ability to like talk to them about really anything that I'm going through or they're going through.
And why do you say that you have a sex addiction? Is it because you feel like you're just using like what? Tell me in your head what you think you're doing.
I think rethinking that. I think sex addiction wasn't the right way to put it. I think it's more of a use of sex to fill a gap, which I don't know if that would be necessarily. I don't know if that would fit into the realm or definition of a sex addiction.
Okay. So, but you said that you're using sex to avoid this emotion. Are you is that true, or is that like just the narrative you've crafted? Like, are you using sex to avoid something, or are you just?
No, I don't think I'm using it to avoid anything.
Okay.
I think it's just sort of a filler.
Does the sex that you have with these people, does that leave? Does it get you into trouble? Does it lead you unfulfilled? Does it leave other people confused, or like what? You know, are there any problems arising out of this behavior from you or from the people you're having sex with?
I don't think it. I think if anything, it causes more problems for myself.
Okay.
Because like by partaking in it, I sort of pull myself away from like that search within myself, sort of give myself the how would I put it, the space to find myself, and within finding myself, more space to find a person within my life that I would want to, that I have the ability or want to pursue something further with.
Look at this guy. He just therapy geckoed himself.
That's what my therapist always says I do.
That's great. Your therapist, it sounds like, makes a lot of money for doing absolutely nothing. No, I'm just kidding. So, okay, all right. So you're. I'm assuming if your therapist has said that to you, that you've come to this conclusion multiple times. Like this is not a light bulb moment that you're having on the phone with me right now. This is something that you've come to yourself before.
I mean, it's definitely something that I think this conclusion is definitely something I've come to with myself before. It's not something that I've actually talked with my therapist a lot about. There's certainly some, like, a thing that's come up, but not something that's talked about a lot. But I've definitely, like, talked about it with my friends, like, a good amount. Which is
so you've come to the conclusion that the kind of meaningless sex is just taking you away from the search, as you call it, within yourself.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's a smart thing to know about yourself.
And I think it sort of, yeah, I mean, I think it also sort of, it definitely leaves me with a feeling of there's definitely a dissatisfaction with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just in terms of, I do a good job of making my intentions clear with people that I'm hooking up with, or like I feel like I do a good job of not leading like a person on.
Mm-hmm. So John, I guess before we go, like, I mean, tell me this. All right, so you've come to this conclusion about yourself, and now, as we all know, as we've learned time and time and time again, the body, more specifically the penis, will act in ways that conflict with the logic of the brain.
Absolutely.
But, what's your name again? John. John, you are a human being of, how should I put this? You are a higher being than the ape, than the dog. I don't have a third animal. You are a higher being, and thus
perhaps than the gecko.
Than the gecko, yes. And thus you have the ability to use your brain over your penis. And I wish you luck in fighting that good fight, my friend.
Thank you, Gecko.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
It's been a pleasure talking with you, and people of the internet, take your time.
Hey, you too, man. See you around.
See you around.
Therapy Gecko's on the line, taking your phone calls every night. Therapy Gecko's doing it right, he's teaching you how to live your life, but he's not really an expert.